All right, everybody, this is Clint Arthur, and I am so excited to be back at WABC Radio Studios here in New York City, and the greatest show of all time. And this week, I really want to talk about the topic that I think is more important than anything for anybody who is an entrepreneur, business owner, CEO, anybody who wants to be more, do more, and have more. You gotta be speaking more, man. You gotta be using your voice. You gotta know how to communicate. One of my great mentors is a celebrity entrepreneur named Tony Robbins. Maybe you've heard of Tony. And he says the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your communication. And that comes into talking. Probably the most powerful way you can do that is by speaking. I've been studying speaking now, and I think the best way to study speaking is by watching people speaking in person. That's why I go to all kinds of seminars and events. And, my greatest mentors have been members of the National Speakers Association Hall of Fame and other really illustrious luminaries of the speaking world, one of whom is a gentleman by the name of Dan Kennedy. And he's really going to surprise you. He's a very surprising person in the way that he comes across as like a grumpy old guy a lot of times. But even though his messaging and his vocal tonalities very often are not what you would expect from a person who makes a fortune from speaking. Well, you practice, and in this case, Clint Arthur, because if you want to come see Dan Kennedy and learn from the great mentor of mine who has put so much money in my pocket with his wisdom and teachings, then you need to be there and go to livinglegends2019.com. You can see all the other amazing speakers that I have there that are going to be showing up with us, including Martha Stewart. Ice-T and Coco are going to be there. Ice-T, you know about Ice-T? He was a grunt in the U.S. Army, and then he came out and became a gangster, and then he became a Grammy award-winning recording artist, and today he's a reality star, the producer of multiple reality shows. He's produced documentaries, one of which was called Something from Nothing. The power of telling a story. You can hear the impact of that. I mean, don't you want to get to know Dr. Sue Dakotas more? I mean, do you know a story like that about your doctor? I bet you don't. I bet you don't know anything about your doctor. And personally, I believe that people by people, services are good, but really you want to be buying the service or the product from a person that you know and like and trust. I believe actually that's really a bare minimum of what you need is know, like, and trust. I know a lot of people, but not enough to entrust my body to them or my health or my $10,000. Man, this whole issue of the cloud and being able to protect yourself. Yeah, really, I was on the plane flying up to Boston for my conference, and my wife opens up her laptop to start doing her work, and nothing. I mean, the screen is just blank. And it's funny because it happened to us once before when we were on a plane. And it was almost the exact same situation where I was a little bit freaking out. She was majorly freaking out. Oh man, was she majorly freaking out. It was crazy. But luckily, everything had been backed up to the cloud. And in today's day and age, having the right computer system and the right software and cloud backups, technology enables you to do all kinds of things so that you can be more and do more and have more. What an amazing show this has been, and I am really grateful to you for tuning in with me every week here on WABC Radio for the greatest show of all time, Saturday nights from 7 to 8 p.m. If you're a CEO, an entrepreneur, a business owner, you want to be more, do more, and have more, this is the place you need to be to get what you need to make that happen. And if you are wanting to come and do that with me in person, the best way and easiest and probably the most powerful way to do that right now is to join me at Carnegie Hall September 26, 7, and 8 with my top mentors, with Martha Stewart, Ice-T and Coco, Jerry Greenfield, Jerry from Ben and Jerry's, with Hal Elrod and Princess Marianne Parker, and even Dylan Howard, the editor-in-chief of the National Enquirer, is going to be there with us, talking about how to make content that is irresistible. And I'll be there, and I hope that you will be there too. Another person who's going to be there is Scorpion himself. All right, everybody, welcome to the greatest show of all time. And I am your host, Clint Arthur, and I'm so excited about this week's topic because really, when you get this into your life, when you understand the power of mentorship and you get yourself to the right mentors, oh my God, you will see things transform. Now, so many people have this misapprehension about getting mentors the right way. They think, oh, I'm going to write an email to Tim Cook at Apple and he's going to become my mentor because I'm going to write such a nice email that he's going to like me and take me under his wing and make me a tech superstar. That ain't never going to happen. Dan Kennedy is not the only amazing guest I have on this show. Later on in this show, I actually have, you want to talk about mentors. Oh my God. What would you be able to solve if you could climb inside the brain of the smartest man in the world? Yeah, I have the smartest man in the world coming in on the greatest show of all time. His name is Walter O'Brien. Oh yeah? What makes him the smartest man in the world, Clint? I know that's what you're thinking. How about IQ 197? Do you know what Einstein's IQ was? Do you know? 160. How do I know that? Because I was researching the fact that Einstein spoke at Carnegie Hall and I discovered that his IQ was 160. Hey man, making miracles with money. Once you get that handled, once money stops being your driving force because you have mastered survival and you're going to the next level, well, it becomes a different world. And a lot of times that comes as a function of age. Like, man, when I was 23 years old, it was tough. And now I'm 53 years old, and it's a completely different situation. I got money coming at me in all different ways, just like, it's not even mailbox, it's auto deposit into the bank account. That's much, much better. And unfortunately, it takes time to get there because I wasted 13 years of my life chasing the Hollywood dream without a mentor. Rather focus on things that are more important for your business, like in my opinion, and in the opinion of Dan Kennedy, and in the opinion of a lot of the mentors, the marketing of what you do is 100 times more important than what you do. That's why my conference is about entrepreneurial marketing, because it's the most important thing. You can't know everything. You really can't. That's why you want mentors, to help you to get to the places where you can have your unique impact on the world, because what you know is the special areas that you know about. See, you got nothing without your health. You can be more, do more, and have more as much as you want, but if you don't have your health, you can't be more because you're going to be gone. So make sure you got your health under control. Where did the time go here on the greatest show of all time? It went into the minds and hearts of you, the listener, direct from the mouths of my amazing expert guests. I'm so grateful to them all for being here with me on the show. I hope you appreciate what I've delivered for you here today. And if you want more of thisness, if you want more of thisness, hey, you know where you can get more of thisness? At Carnegie Hall, September 26th, 7, and 8. Walter O'Brien is going to be there in person. Dan Kennedy is going to be there in person. They're both doing multiple appearances at that conference. And hot seats. Yeah, that's right. Climb inside the mind of Mr. No BS himself, Dan Kennedy. Climb inside the mind of the smartest man in the world, Walter O'Brien, IQ 197. What problems could not be solved for you as an entrepreneur, business owner, CEO? If you want to be more, do more, and have more, be with us at the Living Legends of Entrepreneurial Marketing. And until next week, I will see you next week, 7 p.m. right here on WABC New York for the greatest show of all time. All right, cool. Wow, what a day. You know, there's a lot of pressure of producing 2 shows and then bringing in 3 sponsors, 3 experts, 3 high-level clients to contribute their bits to it. I've never had them in studio before. I've really never hosted anybody on a show before in person in a studio. So that was very exciting. And then the complexity of having all those different guests, that's very exciting as well. It's not so easy to figure out all those details and the timing, and to be able to just talk on the cuff. This whole experience of being a radio show host on WABC Radio in New York City, the #1 talk radio station in the #1 market in America. I tell you what, it's about what I've been talking about with Billy Joel. Pressure. It's a lot of pressure. And if you want to become a diamond, you need pressure. And that's why I'm doing it. So that's going to wrap it up. I appreciate you watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Entrepreneur's Adventure.